Hello everyone and welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. We're shooting off to the northern plains of Mars in this video to a new site just south of Vivero in a region called Utopia Planitia. Lots of anomalies in this photograph that is called terrain in Utopia Planitia. MRO acquired this on the 24th of April 2010 at 30.7 centimeters per pixel. I'll be showing you images cropped from the JP2 black and white map projected file, just over 1.2 gigabytes in size. Guys and girls, it took me about 4 hours to go through this one. That's a huge photograph and it seems to be some sort of debris field. Check out the anomalies, folks. We've got thousands of these white specks littering this region. So we're located over there in Utopia Planitia, just south of Vivero at 47 degrees 5 minutes north, 118 degrees 36 minutes east. We'll check out some of the other anomalies in the region towards the end of the video. So there's the first one, guys and girls. We've got another one of these strange disc-shaped objects. This is about 25 to 30 meters in diameter, and the strange part lying there next to it is about 15 meters long. Check out the disc-shaped, guys, and then this piece lying next to it. I don't know what to compare it to. Looks like those old-fashioned handheld mirrors. Check out the dark protrusion or knob over there on the one side as well. I haven't seen anything like this on Mars before. And then we're looking at that strange structured item. It's about 10 meters across. Check out the rounded shape, almost like a disc shape again. And then this strange semicircular, like collar or sleeve type of anomaly on top of it. Rather strange. We're looking at that perfect block there, guys. The bright part is about 8 by 8 meters in size. And then it's got this almost shape of a precious stone. The way it's been carved, well, potentially carved, and then this rectangular part sticking out over there. Right angles to this piece, folks. Very smooth, flat surface. We're looking at this block. It's about 10 meters wide, and right there in its center we've got that dark spot. I'm not sure if that's a small protrusion or knob that's casting that shadow, or whether that might be a hole. But check out the uniform thickness to this block type of anomaly there, guys. Strange rectangular item with a small part on it. This piece is about 12 meters long. Check out the right angles to it. Also rounded over here in the front, and then on top of it looks like a dome right there in its center, folks. Checking out that block, it's about 8 meters across. Also rounded in design. There's a dark spot on the one side, very close to its center, and then perpendicular to it we've got that long and narrow part there. So very similar to that, except this one doesn't have that long narrow part next to the hole or protrusion. Right, then we're looking at that rectangular part, the small object on the top in the center. Check out the dark rectangular opening there. That's weird, folks. There's another one like it right there, about the same size. This one on the other hand doesn't have a small part on the top. Check out the dark rectangular opening in that one. Right, more strange items, folks. We're going to look at this one. It's about 12 meters long. Look at the rectangular dark opening in this one. Small parts on it as well on this one side. What could these be? Some type of structures, entranceways, vents, containers. Then we're looking at that strange layered item, folks, with this right angled piece on it that there's about 15 meters long. Get the perfect 90-degree angles to this. Dark spot on the one side as well. Here we're looking at 4 items tightly packed together in a geometric, symmetrical fashion. Look at the blocks, folks, they're almost the same size. Got straight edges, right angles to them, parallel sides. Look at this part comes over the top of that one, and then this piece sticking out of the gap over there. Look at the way these are placed next to one another. And then that piece with a small block or slab on it. This is about 15 meters long, and the small block over there is about 4 meters long. And perpendicular to it we've got that small protrusion or knob in the center of that piece. So is that perhaps mounted onto the larger part, or is it just lying next to it? It seems to be parallel with this one side. We're looking at those 3 small objects on top of that block, which is about 15 meters across. The way these smaller parts are arranged, and then perpendicular to those through the center we've got that small part there. These 2 arranged parallel with this one side. Some symmetry and geometry in that pattern. We're looking at that block or slab, folks. It's about 12 by 12 meters in size. Check out the straight edges and right angles to it, and then what appears to be a small block lying on top of it, sort of sticking out of the block. And we're looking at that long narrow part there. It's about 12 meters long. Looks like a megalithic block. Get the parallel edges and right angles to it, and then the intriguing darker part there on the one side, also with right angles to it and parallel with the edges. And then this block, guys, it's about 8 meters across and about 15 meters long. The uniform width to it as well, right angles, and then this again sort of a semicircular collar or sleeve on the one side. There's another one of those blocks, the small part in its center, but we're going to zoom in on that part, which is about 8 meters long. The uniform width to the sides, and then a bevel running along the edge over here, parallel with that edge, and then a small protrusion or knob right there in its center. We're looking at that block or slab. I don't know what that is, folks. It's got like a concave design to it. It's about 8 meters long. Check it the way it's been hollowed out, and the uniform width on this one side. Again, a right angle to it, folks, and then we've got this bright part sort of sticking over the one side, parallel with the edge as well. So could that be some type of ramp going in underground there? Then we're looking at that strange plectrum shaped object with a rectangular part lying on top of it. This piece is about 15 meters long, folks. Check out the right angle to this part lying on top of it. Rather strange as well. We're looking at the alignment of 3 smaller objects on that block, which is about 12 meters long. Get the spacing and size of those smaller parts. Another block over here next to it on the right. And then that strange pattern looks like depiction of a cross. That piece is also about 12 meters long. With the spacing, size and shape. Right, then we're looking at that part. It's about 10 meters long. Right angles and straight edges to it. And then this piece sticking out of the top right. About half the width of this one side. Straight edges and right angles to it as well. Parallel with this side. Looks highly artificial. Check it, the shadow it casts as well. We're looking at this object. We've seen so many of these types of objects on Mars. Each block over there is about 10 by 12 meters in size, separated with a bevel or gap there and a small part bridging the two. And then the alignment of those small objects on that piece, which is about 20 to 30 meters across. Get the disc shape to it on this one side. It's like a half a disc. Gap over there between these two, covered in sand. And then the placement of those smaller parts parallel with one another. Parallel with the gap over here as well, folks. So is this some type of symbolism going on there? Up to a Vivero, to Utopia Planitia. There's the high-rise photograph we analyzed. Terrain in Utopia Planitia. And just briefly a look at the anomalies again. A summary, guys. This looks like a huge debris field. I'll see if I can find some more anomalies in this region. Right, let's go off to the west. This is about 180 kilometers to the west, where we also have strange blocks. These are still packed tightly together in a row there. Similar size and shape. L-shaped piece there. Looks like this part fits into it. Another plectrum shaped object. Check out the carved out area there. Small object lying in it. And then a bit further to the west, more of these blocks. This one's got a small rectangular protrusion or knob on it. Parallel with it, we've got that dark narrow part there. Two L-shaped pieces. Check the way they fit together. Small hole in this. These remind me of the megalithic blocks that we find at ruins in South America. And then let's check these out. This is a bit further to the east. This is northeast of that site. More of these blocks look like they were part of some structures in the distant past. Check those out, folks. Got another block over here. Check out the bevels on it. Small hole in the center. In this block, check out the small protrusion or knob in the center of that one side. This video was a little longer than what you're used to, folks, but I thought it was time to do something a little bit special. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments below what you think of these. Are we looking at a potential debris field with these blocks strewn apart, maybe blown up into the air by some other catastrophe in the distant past, scattered about and strewn about all over the surface? Here and there we can see some geometry and symmetry still going on. Thank you again for watching. Take care. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers for now.